I'm very bad at maths. I was bad at maths at your age, I'm bad at maths at my age, and I will always be bad at maths, I think, or I'd like to change. And the reason why I like art rather than maths, although they are connected somehow, is that in art you can be right in lots of different ways, but in maths you can only really be right once, otherwise you're wrong. I do really like that about art. And one of the reasons why I wanted to show you this painting is to talk about saints and things, but it's also to talk about storytelling, because I think that's really, really important. Think about the way that a painting, whether it's this painting, this is by an artist called Bellini, or it's Diana and Actaeon, or it's Death of Actaeon, which we're going to be seeing, or it's Bacchus and Ariadne, a painting has got to tell its whole story in a single image. A book or a poem has time. The one thing that paintings don't have is time. Do you know what I mean? So a film unfolds over 2 hours. You've got time to introduce characters. You've got time to show the plot going in and out. A book, a huge book, can take you 6 months to read, or longer, can't it? Can do, can do. That means you're living with the story for 6 months. And it goes in and out, it weaves around, new characters are introduced, different things happen. That's got time too. But a painting doesn't have time. A painting has the speed of light to tell you the story. It has the time it takes to see the painting. So telling a story in a painting is incredibly skillful. So I want to think a little bit more, before we move on to Titian, which we will do soon, about how this artist tells the story. What else is in the painting? Can you think of a reason? Because in the actual story, there's no woodcutters. In the story, there's just St. Peter Martyr and his assistant, who you can see there escaping, or walking alongside a wood near Milan in northern Italy, when they were set upon by assassins. One assassin killed St. Peter Martyr, and as St. Peter Martyr was dying, he wrote, "I believe," in blood on the ground. Now, he's not doing it in this one, but there's another version of this scene in another gallery in London, a place called the Courtauld Gallery, where he is writing, "I believe," in blood. It's quite moving, it's quite gruesome, isn't it? Quite a gruesome story, but quite moving as well. The other guy escapes. No mention of woodcutters. Totally irrelevant. Why do you think he put them in? And they take up so much space. The woodcutters and what they're involved with, in other words, the wood, take up like most of the painting. Why did he do that? Yeah.
Maybe because it gives the painting a little more character.
Definitely gives the painting more character. It totally does. Think about this. A tragic event, perhaps made more tragic if there are people around who don't recognise what's going on, who don't see it as a tragedy. I'm trying to think of an example. I wonder if you might know an example, I don't know, but it's something, it happens a lot in plays by Shakespeare, for example. Like there are people who don't really know what's happening, and they go, "Oh, what's happening over there?" There's a lovely painting, which is not actually in this gallery, but it's a painting of the fall of Icarus. Icarus is the one who made the wings. You know that one, made the wings that way, it flew too close to the sun. Fantastic painting where almost all of the painting is people not noticing what's going on, people like ploughing the fields and doing lots of other things, while in the background he plunks into the ocean and dies. And there's a famous poem about that by Auden, which is a really good poem about how people don't really notice these things happening. I think these woodcutters are partly there to make it even more tragic, because they just keep going on and on and on.